Good morning, boys and girls. It's Friday, May 1st, 2020. Welcome back. So glad to see you today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you this afternoon at 4 o'clock on our Google Meet. We'll talk about that more in just a few moments. But today we're going to be talking about the story Spot's Bath. And it's interesting because we've been talking a little bit throughout this entire reader using apostrophes, using quotation marks, using punctuation marks. Well, today, the story has several of those. Spots, capital S-P-O-T apostrophe S. And then bath is capital B-A-T-H. The apostrophe S tells us that the bath belongs to Spot. Something we've talked about. It would be like if I were to say again, let's say, and I saw Shay the other day riding her bicycle so well. So I'm going to use Shay as an example. Shay's bike. If it was Shay with apostrophe S, bike, that would tell us that the bike belongs to Shay. She is the owner of it. She has it. She takes care of it, I'm sure. Her mother will agree with that. Another example would be, let's say, Everett's book, meaning capital E-V-E-R-E-T-T apostrophe S, book. That means that book belongs to Everett. Everett is the owner of that book. He possesses that book. Well, today we're going to talk about Spot's bath. I'm going to read this through with you. Then we have some questions at the end. Spot is in his bathtub. The word bathtub is one word. We call that a compound word. We took the word bath and the word tub and put it together and made one word, bathtub. Spot and his dog pals went in a mud pit. Ava, what is a pal? I think you've told me before in class what a pal is. Yes, a pal would be your friend. That is correct. The kids must get the mud off. Spot is one sad dog. Excuse me. His dog pals are still in the mud pit, but Spot is stuck in the tub. Oh my goodness. How many of your dogs like to take baths? I think dogs like to take baths a whole lot more than cats do. Cats don't like to get wet. And cats will claw and scratch and scream and oh my goodness. They make a clatter whenever they try to get a bath. Zach grips Spot with his hands. Does anyone know what the word grip means? Okay. Ruby? That's right. It means to grab. The word grip would mean to grab. Then his hands slip. Spot runs off. The kids run to the mud pit. There's Spot back in the mud with the rest of his dog pals. Spot, Zach yells. Bad dog. Spot, Ann yells. Get back in that tub. You notice we have exclamation points and we have quotation marks. Very important when we're reading. Oh no. I'm sure they're a little upset because they know they're going to give him a bath again. So that's our story about Spot in the mud. So your questions today are going to be, number one, where were Spot's pals? And I want you to start your sentence. Spot's pals were. And then you finish it up. The second part of your paper is, there's actually two parts to number 2. I want you to show me a question mark, which means you need to draw me a question mark in the blank. And number 2, or the second part to number 2, is show me an exclamation point. Because next week we're going to be talking a lot more about punctuation marks and about writing sentences. It's going to be a little bit different with our reader. There's not going to be so much questions, comprehension questions. It's going to be finishing the sentence with the correct punctuation mark. So that's why we've been spending a little bit of time during doing Reader 9, where you will be able to go back and you'll think, oh yeah, that sentence is a question because it's asking something. It's asking me, do, what, when, where, can. Oh, that sentence needs an exclamation point because it's showing excitement. Or that sentence may be needing a period at the end because it's a statement. It's stating a fact. We'll get into that more next week. All of you have been on Happy Numbers this week. All of you did your placement. There are a few of you that have not been doing it each day, however. And I'm able to see the last time you were on it with your activity. Some of you are going way above more than what I ask, which is fine. It's fun to do, and that's absolutely fine. But there's going to come a point when you're doing Happy Numbers, it's going to start getting a little bit challenging. And you may not want to do as much as you've been putting in. But I've requested everybody do 10 minutes a day on Happy Numbers. Lililo, I'll get another report this Sunday for this past week activity. I'm expecting to see everybody having been on Lililo throughout the week. Very, very important. It's going to help you to increase your comprehension and your reading. Starfall, if you're having issues with Starfall, shoot me an email. We'll try to work it out. I had a parent that had an issue trying to open up the lesson that I had requested. And it was easy to take care of. But I just need you to communicate with me, communicate, so I know what's going on. If you're having hangups with not being able to access the video links, and this has been a dickens of a week with those links. So I'm going to be doing things a little bit different with that also next week. Next Friday is going to be a surprise Friday. I'm hoping everyone will be able to join us during our Google meeting time next Friday. And I will send out the time, let's see, probably after tomorrow to find out what would be the best time for everybody to be on. If not, we'll end up doing it twice. But next Friday is going to be a very important Google meeting time. I want everybody to have a great weekend. I'm hoping to see I'd love to see all of you after a while during our meeting hangout. But I know sometimes work schedules don't allow that. But if I don't see you this afternoon, I'm hoping to see you next week. Have a great weekend, and I will be talking to all of you later. Bye.